Welcome to the Paper Snob. This is Tara. Today I'm working on Mix It Up Monday. This is a hop that I host over on the Peace Craft Love Clubhouse Facebook community group. There will be information below for you to join in if you would like to next month. Each month I choose a sketch. This month's sketch was created by one of our members, Misty, who you might know over on Crafty Soup. She has a YouTube channel as well as a blog, which I will also link down below for you so that you can leave her some love and get to know her. She's got some freebies on that website as well, so make sure you check her out. So here is that sketch that Misty created for us, and it is a wonderful sketch, and I love it. And I will admit that I had a little bit of a trouble trying to decide what it was I was going to do mixed media wise with this sketch, because it is a very full sketch with all of the photos. So the first thing I did was print my 6 photos. I will trim these down to 2x2 square, or as least as close as I can. I pulled out my Spectrum gardenia, which I have been hoarding, so it'll be nice to break into a little bit more of it. There's been another layout on my channel this week, or last week, actually Saturday I believe is when it went live, and you can see what I did with that sketch, that layout. That was for a 30 days of sketches layout. I pulled the film strips. I'm not sure I'm going to use these, but I did pull them just in case. And then I went ahead and pulled all of the embellishments. And I have all the stuff because of course I do. And I've been hoarding all of the stuff because of course I have. So these are some pieces from that previous layout I was talking about. And some more pieces that I punched out. So I'm going to talk about these photos for just a minute. My husband surprised me with a visit to a showboat in Nashville for our 25th wedding anniversary, and it came with a dinner and a show. And this is from the concert that took place on the ship by a local band who I hope that I can find their name online, because this was back in 2017 and I don't have it written down anywhere. So I'm hoping I can do a little bit of research and find out who they are. One of the songs that they sang was Devil Goes Down to Georgia. It's one of my favorite country songs, and kind of a fun song. So I'm going to go ahead and pause this video and we're going to get started. I'll be right back. The thing I did was I cut down this photo mat to 8x10. This is the black background paper from Spectrum Gardenia. I know, such a shame to cut it, but it had some pre-mixed media on it that I thought would look really great with my star stencil and my lunar paste that I am going to be using on this layout. First up, I am just distressing the edges of that piece of paper, and now I'm going to line up my stencil on here, trying to get only the small stars on here. This is a fun stencil. It's fun to play with, and anyway, so I start with the solar paste that is kind of a red-pink color. And I'm kind of trying to keep in tune with a fire type look on this. And that is why I chose the 2 texture pastes that I'm using. This is the golden yellowy color from Simon. And he made some really fun lunar pastes to play with, so if you don't have these, you must get them. They are so cool on dark paper because they're kind of holographic and they show up the best on darker paper. So I will be switching up the sketch just a little bit because this is a photo mat, and as you can see, I'm adding all of this beautiful texture paste, and if I follow the sketch exactly, I'm going to completely cover up all of this gorgeous mixed media, and we cannot have that now, can we? All right, I'm going to go ahead and build my layout now. I've pulled out some title elements from Simple Stories because I forgot to do that, and they're just sitting there and they match my color scheme pretty well. So at the beginning of the video, I showed you my background paper and I showed you the other side. When I was building this layout off camera, I just didn't like the multicolor, and I preferred this red into orange ombre. I did put it upside down, so the red, the darker color, which is the heavier color, is on the bottom, and that helps balance out the layout. Notice the little kitty paws. He's being very careful not to show himself on camera, the little stinker. So next up, I am just putting my photo mats down on paper. I cut these 2 1/4 by 3 inches so that they would mimic the look of Polaroid frames for this layout. I already mentioned that I didn't want to cover up all of that beautiful mixed media, and if I do the sketch the way that Misty originally created it, I would do that. So what I'm doing now is I am going ahead and scuffing up the edges of my journaling blocks. So I pulled out these buttons from the laser cut elements in this collection just to use on the frames as a small bit of embellishment, because really I'm going to let the mixed media be my embellishment for the most part. I have that hashtag and that phrase and a button on top of it. The hashtag was an accident. It fell out when I was digging for a title, and it doesn't stick anymore, so you know what? I just decided I was going to use it on this layout just so that it wouldn't get thrown away or trampled on the floor. So again, I am not putting anything on that lower part of my photo mat because I want those stars to shine. So I've put my journaling pieces off to the right hand side, and I've added those 2 laser cut banner elements as well, and now I'm adding in a couple phrases. All right, I got everything glued down on this layout, and really I kind of decided not to do the row of embellishments that she had in the sketch on the bottom because it would have covered up my beautiful mixed media, which I am pleased with. I love that I was able to mix the 2 colors and that they both came out really well on this background paper. You saw that I brought in a title from a Simple Stories collection. I didn't have the titles that went with this collection with the Spectrum Gardenia, so I had to come up with something else from my stash. And again, I just kept the embellishment simple. Placed my title here rather than here for the same reason that I didn't embellish down here. Put my journaling here on these 2 little torn notebook pieces, and I put some banners and some fake buttons from the collection on here, as well as a couple phrase squares and then a simple phrase. I want to thank you so much for coming to my channel today. I really appreciate those of you who take the time to like, comment, and or subscribe to my channel. You guys are the ones who are responsible for helping me to build this channel, and I really appreciate all of you. If you have any comments or questions about anything that you saw on this video, any techniques that I might have used, just drop them below and I will get back to you as soon as I possibly can. You guys have a great rest of your day. Bye.
Thank you.